testing out the Bugs 4W. There it is. Like I said, it's a hefty little drone, and gonna see how it flies. I don't have anybody out here to film it, so I'm just gonna do it on the tripod, try to fly in front of it a little bit, and give you an idea of how it flies. And I'll add in what I think about it. Okay. Alright, here's just a little bit of the drone flying kind of out in front of me, and I do a little couple flyaways, turn around, come back, just hovering in place, and just seeing what the drone feels like. Flies pretty stable. The GPS seems to hold position pretty good. The wind was it was a little windy out here when I was flying today. It was probably blowing 10-15 miles an hour, and you kind of see the clouds back there moving along pretty steadily. Like I say, just doing some flying back and forth, you know, away from me, back to me, little side to side, just seeing how the drone handles the wind and its positioning. Seems to do pretty good. You know, I'm used to flying like the Mavic Air 2 and the Mini. Not as stable as those, but you know, definitely not the price of those either. So it's a pretty good drone as far as stability and stuff. There again, with the I have some footage coming up from the video of the drone, being that it's just the up and down gimbal, and you know, not the side to side. You know, if it's fighting the wind, or you know, if you're going side to side, back and forth, it is going to tilt the video a little bit. But the still pictures are pretty good, and the video itself is pretty good. If you fly and just use the yaw to do the turning, the video stays pretty decent, and it's in kind of the fast mode right now, so you know, it's hauling butt. So some of the video from that, you know, it is typical of a drone hauling butt in video, and it's going to be a little swervy, tilty, jerky. But overall, this drone flies pretty good. I was pretty impressed with it. Just a little bit with the drone kind of right out in front of me, and bring it up kind of up close for a up close look at it, flying, hovering in position there, and I'm moving it around a little bit. You can see the tilt forward and little sideways tilt here and there, and now it's actually right in back of me there for a second, and but overall pretty stable, and pretty easy to fly for sure. Even a first-time flyer could pick this one up pretty good, as long as the GPS is on. Turn the GPS off, it's going to drift a little bit, especially in the wind, and but hey, that's part of learning too. It's good to fly with the GPS on, and then once you get the hang of it, you know, and you're out in an open space like this, turn the GPS off and fly it completely manually. It's always a good idea to learn how to fly it that way, just in case your GPS goes out sometimes or whatever. You know how to fly the drone and have complete control of it. Also, when it's up close like this, you can kind of get an idea of the sound, you know, the noise level of it. I mean, it's not the quietest drone, but it's pretty big. It has pretty good sized props, and it's, you know, I wouldn't say it's extremely noisy, but you know, it's not super quiet. I mean, it's not a super stealthy, quiet drone. People are gonna hear it, but for its size and the size of the props on it, it's really not that noisy, actually. And also, I would add that I'm no expert at drone flying. I'm pretty new. I just recently started flying drones, and I have several friends that have said, "Oh man, I tried to fly one of those drones. You know, I picked it up and blah blah blah. I crashed it right away. Blah blah blah. It's not for me." If you pick up something like this that has a GPS, track or GPS system in it, the stability of it and everything will make flying so much easier. I mean, I guarantee you can. A first-time flyer could fly this drone with a little bit of practice. You could have it wired in no time, and it makes all the difference in the world. So don't be afraid to get out there and fly something like this, because I know you can do it. If I can fly it, anybody can. You pick it up pretty easy. Just gonna fly out right here, do kind of a big circle out and around to the right, and come back on the right hand side, kind of back towards me again, and then we'll switch it over to some video footage from the drone directly, so you get an idea of what the video looks like. Here's a few still images. There's me behind the tripod flying the drone, and here's just a few aerial shots looking out over the intercoastal, actually the San Sebastian, and there's one pulled back a little bit further, and next one is me again behind the fence, behind the tripod, flying the Bugs 4K. And here's a little bit of video so you can get an idea of what it looks like from the Bugs 4K. So, flying it fast in video, and you're not going to get that great of footage, unless it's like you're chasing something or something like that. But, if you fly it and then let it steady itself and start shooting video of, whatever you may be shooting, scenery, whatever, a house on fire, who knows? Who knows what you're shooting? But if you fly it calmly, and you get some pretty decent video with it, depending on the lighting and stuff as well. And as far as you can see the props in it, but if I was to go up a little bit higher, move the gimbal down, the camera gimbal down a little bit, you can take those props out of the picture. I don't think I did that here because I don't know, because I'm a dork, I don't know. But you can move the gimbal down if you're up higher and get the prop out of the view of the camera. So I just thought I would mention that. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with the Bugs 4K camera version. For the most part, I'll probably use this drone more for still pictures, you know, as well as some video. But it takes really good still pictures, and for the price and everything, it's pretty hard to beat for that. You get pretty decent pictures out of it, and overall pretty easy to fly. I didn't do any of the you know, the orbits. It has several features that you can use as well. I didn't do any of that in this video. I'm going to do that in a separate video when I have a little bit more time, get out there, a little bit better lighting and stuff, and I'll do another video with that stuff. But overall, check out the Bugs 4K 4K camera version. Pretty cool drone, pretty good drone for the price.